A good cup of coffee in the morning. It's better in the morning than it is in the afternoon. I like coffee in the afternoon, but morning time because it's nice and cool out. We have a little overcast. It's supposed to get to 105 on Sunday though, and this is a Wednesday, so we're only supposed to be at 79 today. So I'm going to enjoy that. Hey, so you know how God will allow you to go through things to teach and train you, especially when you're really trying to work on those things. He'll allow things to come up, and so that happened this week, and it allowed me to understand that I still got work to do right inside of here. So, and it did work, and so somebody posted some stuff on Facebook, and I was just getting tired of being tagged in it. Or they sent me IM messages with it. I don't like that. When it's hate related, or stuff that's going on right now, and they're trying to prove their point. Honestly, I just don't want to see that stuff. Okay, if I want to see it, I'll go on YouTube or I'll go on Facebook and search for that stuff. I don't want to see it. And so the person that posted this stuff, I decided, well, I'm going to post. You failed to know your history, because this actually started with your own people, but yet that side of it is not talked about. It's always the side that they want to talk about. And so so then by going back and forth and debates, and then I kind of hit a low blow, and it was wrong. And then he posted that all over Facebook, and our private messages, and just to get people on his side, but then I think he kind of realized that kind of backfired on him. But regardless, the next morning the Lord asked me, did that produce good fruit? And it didn't. And I had to do something that I don't like to do, and I had to apologize for that. And I did it because I felt that would produce better fruit than what I had produced before. And so they both forgave me, both people that were involved, which, they're not Christians, and so we kind of think, well, they're not going to forgive me anyways, so why should I? Well, just because people aren't a Christian doesn't mean they don't have the capacity of forgiveness. And I honestly was not asking for forgiveness to get forgiveness. That's the wrong motivation. Okay, you ask because the Lord asks you to, and to show that, hey, this is actually how a Christian's supposed to act, not that other way. And so, and again, I'm not giving you any license to go out there and do whatever you want, okay? And then you can ask for forgiveness for it, because that is the wrong way. You don't produce any good fruit that way, okay? What ends up happening is people just don't trust you, okay? And so, if you continue to do that, okay? In fact, in James it says, should I sin, that grace may abound? And verse 2 says, certainly not, okay? So we just can't keep blasting people on Facebook and then say, oh, I shouldn't have said that, forgive me, and then do it again. And but I went through this, and I'm like, you know what? My words and the things that I said did not produce good fruit. And there's some scriptures I want to point out. Proverbs 18:21. This was a really good one. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So it's interesting how the writer here put death and life, not life and death. Life and death kind of roll off the tongue, but death and life, it's not proper English. But the writer wanted to make sure you understood that death comes from your tongue more than life. We're humans. We're going to lash out more than we're going to give encouragement, as a rule, or on average. And it takes some work for us to actually give encouragement and speak life into people. Ephesians 4:29, let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. So we're supposed to build up the body and build up people and give people encouragement and not pull them down. It's easy to stab people, but when you say, hey, you know, that presentation you did at the office yesterday was amazing. I'm still going over it in my mind. I took great notes. Thank you so much for that. I work in an office setting, so encourage people. Hey, that doohickey you built yesterday, man, that was great. I got a lot out of that, or whatever, whatever kind of work you're in. Always build people up, because they're going to think, what do you want? I'm just giving you encouragement. It was great. I enjoyed it. They're going to walk away thinking, what's up? Because that's not the way things work in this day and age. Okay. All right. This one fits me to a T. Proverbs 12:18. There is one whose rash words are like sword thrusts, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. So the other day I was thrusting. Yesterday I was trying to bring healing. And it turned out real well. And the last verse I'm going to use, because this is going a little bit long, Proverbs 15:1. I use this all the time. I don't know why it didn't come up in my mind, but a soft answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. And I know that I was stirring up anger in these people. And so, when you go through something like this, quickly ask the Lord, what kind of lesson do you have for me in this? I did something that I shouldn't have. And oftentimes in your anger, he will speak softly. And the nice thing is the Lord gets right in there. He can pierce through that darkness. And so, hey, if you're like me and you're still working on your salvation, to finite it, or your sanctification, you're saved, but you're still working on your sanctification, just to take every moment to learn from the things that you do, that you're like, I made a bad choice. It wasn't a mistake. I made a bad choice. Okay. A mistake is something you do and you didn't know what the outcome was going to be. And a bad choice is, and you shouldn't do it. Paul says, I do things I don't want to do. And the things I want to do, I don't do. So I guess we haven't learned, but I definitely learned from my situation the other day. So what's the bottom line here? Does your words produce fruit? Think of that before you say those things or say anything. If I post this, is this going to produce fruit? On whatever social media outlet, on anything, or if you say it, is it going to produce good fruit? Are they going to edify that person? Is it going to be good for that person? If people keep, this is what I've decided to do. If somebody gives me something, sends me something, and it's not proper, I'm going to say, hey, look, can you not send me those things? I just appreciate it. I enjoy your friendship. Just like that. Let them know that you appreciate them, but please don't send those things. Let them know it wasn't okay. You can say that. You can let them know that it wasn't okay, but in a loving way. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. And Pastor James K., get yourself some coffee and put some cinnamon in there. Because it's good. Okay. Love you, Misty. Love you, Pastor TC. Love you, Brother Terry. We'll talk to you all later.